What's up, guys? It's TechnoViking23 coming to you today with a little bit of Destiny 2 and actually kind of a new short little video series I think I'm gonna try out here. I've been getting kind of bored on my main account with Destiny. I've got all my characters up over 1830, pretty much done everything there is to do. We've got a long time before the Final Shape expansion is actually going to come out, so right now I'm really just kind of farming materials and holding on to things and starting to hoard some materials, so I've got enough stuff for whenever the new expansion does come out. But I thought I would do something kind of interesting I've done with some other games in the past, mostly mobile games like with Raid Shadow Legends, is I wanted to actually check out the free-to-play experience with Destiny 2 and see just how much you can get done if you do it free-to-play. I did this with Warframe way back in the day when I used to do Warframe on YouTube. I had my main account on Warframe, then I also started a free-to-play only account. And Warframe to me is still one of the best free-to-play games out there just because you can pretty much do everything in the game. It just takes you a lot longer to get it done. But I wanted to kind of see how Destiny 2's free-to-play experience is, because I've heard a lot of people say different things about it. There's a lot of complaints about it. A lot of people will say they pick up the game, try it free-to-play, and very similar to Warframe is they talk about how it's kind of confusing at the start with all the different systems and things that are in the game, and they just struggle to stay with it. Now, obviously, I'm kind of going to know what's going on when I'm in the game. I'm going to kind of be going for some certain objectives and things early on. You know, trying to get the gear up, trying to hoard legendary shards for when Xur shows up like this weekend. But I think what I want to try to do is at least maybe get the season pass to level 100 just to see what a full season of free-to-play looks like in the game and just play it, go through all the quests that are available. I did notice a couple things I'll discuss a little bit later in the video and probably when I make subsequent videos on this. Just, you know, getting some things unlocked, and there were some pop-ups that came at some point. It kind of reminded me a little bit of Raid Shadow Legends, where you always get the pop-ups to buy packs. Like all the pop-ups to start on this game, like you're playing a mobile game when they want you to buy the expansions and everything. But it's going to be kind of interesting to see how this goes. I'm kind of looking forward to it. It's actually somewhat exciting and refreshing to start over with a new account on the game because you get a sense of progression. That's something I always did enjoy when I would start a new account with, like Raid, for example, or even Warframe. It's like you get that new sense of starting over again, getting to try out maybe different weapons this time, run a different subclass that maybe you didn't run a lot before. But it should be kind of fun, and we'll see what happens here. I did decide to go with a Warlock for this, just because that is kind of my favorite class. It's kind of a, in my opinion, a hybrid between Titan and Hunter. You can be pretty durable. You've got a lot of different ways you can keep yourself alive, and then you can also do a pretty good amount of damage, so it's kind of a nice middle spot between the two. Titan is usually my favorite class. I'm definitely in the Cran Eater Club and have mained Titan since the original Destiny came out back in the day. I still have my same original Titan on my main account that I had way back when the game first came out. But I don't know if I'm going to make two other characters. We'll see if it comes to that on this new account that I made for the free-to-play. It's just going to depend on how much we can actually do, and if we get really bored or we just run out of stuff to do on the Warlock, if we have to switch over and maybe do another class just to continue getting, you know, like legendary shards and gear and other things. So it will be kind of interesting to see, but we'll go ahead and play through here on this first day for a couple hours, see how far we can advance, and then we'll check in and see how our Guardian is doing. That's probably what I'll do for most of these videos, just give a little short chat at the beginning, and then we'll check in, you know, kind of at the end of the episode and see how we're doing with gear and getting our light level up and advancing through Guardian ranks and all that other stuff. So let's get over to that and see how things are going. Alright, so we did manage to finish up our first day of Destiny 2 free-to-play. Been kind of an interesting experience so far. I think we played maybe for about 4 hours this evening on the new account, just to kind of get a feel for what you can do free-to-play. And so far, it hasn't been too bad. Let's just kind of take a look here at how our Guardian's doing so far. We did manage to get all the way up to 1700 on the first day. We got to Guardian rank 4. Still have to grind that out quite a bit. We want to get to the next rank, rank 5, so we can get the armor mods unlocked and finally be able to start working on some of those. But we got some halfway decent weapons so far. Armor is kind of a work in progress, and I've kind of been just going scorched earth on the armor. I've been dismantling pretty much all of the legendary stuff I get when I get a blue to replace it, so that I could get some legendary shards. We got 13 left. We actually have had a lot so far through this playthrough. We were able to use to buy some stuff at Banshee and do some other things, upgrade our ghost mods a little bit, so that was something we spent those on. But otherwise, we're going to be trying to hoard all of our resources that we can on this free-to-play experience and see how it goes. But got this pretty decent sniper rifle that dropped fairly early on for me in one of the, I think this was a world drop, and it's been pretty reliable so far. I got a shotgun I haven't really used at all. Decent pulse rifle that dropped, and we got this when we went to see Riven to get the seasonal artifact. And I'm not quite sure how the new season works. Apparently, I was trying to get the Riven bounties, and it said something like you have to have the paid season pass unlocked. So I don't know if we can even grind Riven reputation without having the purchase season pass, which kind of sucks. But we'll try to get into that a little bit tomorrow. I didn't try really any of the seasonal activities yet. This fusion rifle, we actually got this from Banshee. This was one that he had for sale. It came with stats for all and chill clips, so pretty solid fusion rifle. We'll use that. We did get Risk Runner. You just kind of get that from playing, which is nice. It gives you a couple exotics early on. And we're working on the catalyst for that. We got a halfway decent auto rifle. And then this Parabellum has been pretty solid so far with Heal Clip and Deconstruct on it. So been using that a little bit here and there. We've got a decent machine gun to drop already. We did get Tractor Cannon. That's like the first exotic you get. You get that very early on when you come into the New Light experience. We got this Taipan, which we bought from Banshee as well. I think that was one of his gunsmith engrams, and then the sword just dropped from the last Lost Sector I was doing, so it's a little infusion fuel maybe to get us over 1700 on one of those weapons. Like I said, with the armor, nothing crazy here. We've been getting some decent legendary ones, but nothing we're going to work on so far. What I'm hoping to do is when Xur comes this weekend is see if he's got any high roll stat armor that we can buy for the Warlock, and we'll see if we can get anything there. Subclasses, I do have all of them unlocked so far that I can get. I'm going to start working on Dawnblade here pretty soon because we do have such high synergy with the seasonal artifact for Solar, and Solar is my favorite subclass of the game just because I like to set stuff on fire, so it's pretty cool. But overall, not too bad. We do have a couple items here in the inventory. Did a little bit of stuff in the Dreaming City. We've got some enhancement cores so far. I believe we hit rank 10 on the season pass, or rank 11. We already did get an exotic cipher as well. So I was actually shocked we were getting some decent stuff early on. Glimmer hasn't been a problem so far either. We were up over 100,000 at one point, and then I bought some fragments from Ikora, so that kind of cleaned us out a little bit, but doesn't seem like we'll be doing too bad. For the director, seems like we have a good bit of stuff we can go do. We did stop by Savathun's Throne World a little bit ago, and I don't know if I can get crafting on free-to-play or not. That's something I'll have to look into, but if not, that kind of sucks. It's going to take away one route for some decent weapons, although I did get a red border drop from Riven already, so I'm not sure how that's going to work. Europa, I don't know exactly what we can do here. I think it did give me a quest to do this here for armor synthesis, which is interesting. And it's also this quest here, but I don't know exactly yet what we can do in terms of all the stuff that free-to-play is excluded from, but I'm sure we'll find out as we go. I just wanted to kind of get into the game today, start the new account. And honestly, it feels pretty refreshing to come back in here and actually get gear that you're kind of excited to have drop. One of the problems on my main account is just I've done everything in the game. It's like you're 18, 30 plus on all your characters. Loot drops aren't exciting anymore, you know, so it's kind of fun to jump in here, but really I'm just curious to see how far we can go free to play. I did just get a bunch of quests to do Vanguard, Gambit, Crucible. We can kind of look at that here a little bit. So we do have quite a few of these Gambit matches, do some PvP, and then Ikora gives you all those quests. So we can actually get some exotics here: Starfire Protocol, Crown of Tempest, and Controverse Hold. So we've got one for each subclass. That'll be nice to start off our exotic collection, maybe start working on some builds once we get access to the mods at Guardian rank 5. Got to do some Blind Well. We've got, actually, kind of cool thing too is the Riven's Wishes quests are active, so we were able to do a couple of those today, and then we can kind of decide what we want to do with those wish tokens. We can grab the Apex Predator, which is a pretty good rocket launcher for throughout the game. You can also get the Supremacy Sniper Rifle, or we can use these to get some exotics from Lightfall that we normally wouldn't be able to get as a free-to-play player, and kind of build out our exotics on this class at least. I don't know if I'm going to play Hunter or Titan on this too. I'm probably just going to stick with this one Warlock and see how far we can go. Just because it takes a little while to grind through the initial stages. Like when you first start a new character, going through the new light experiences, it's kind of it's not really that great. And I think that's my one complaint so far is just, it seems like they don't give you a ton of direction. It's kind of like, here you go, do a couple of these things. They don't really tell you how important Guardian rank is to go get that, start getting those triumphs unlocked, and then, of course, work on getting that Guardian rank up so you can get to the mods. Rank 5 is important, so you can get those mods unlocked for your armor. But that's going to do it for day 1. I'm not sure how often I'm going to update this, maybe every couple of days. We'll do a video and kind of show how the progress is coming on the account, but so far so good. Kind of a fun experience to go back and start over again with the game, just to kind of have some of that nostalgia a little bit and kind of feel like we're progressing. Like I said, I was a little surprised we got to 1700 already. It'd be interesting to see how fast we can get up to 1800 if the gear drops keep coming in like they have been. So that's going to do it for this video, guys. As always, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Hope you guys are having a great day. Thanks as always for watching, and I will see you again next time.